All right, listen to this.
Today, we appeared before the Senate Committee on Public Petition. Senator Natasha was invited with her witnesses to come and prove allegation of sexual harassment against the Senate President. I was also invited as a witness to the Senate President to also rebut her falsehood, the false claim of hers. So it started when she was asked to be on oath, because she said she was a witness. He said, no, she can't be on oath. She can't take oath. So, as a person, I said, okay, I'm willing to be sworn on oath so that I can give my own evidence. I was addressing the presiding officer, the chairman of the committee, and she turned to me and said, will you shut up your mouth? A sitting senator?
So he's also a liar. As you can see, he's also a liar. All right. For some reason, they always forget that if there's no professional channels, new TV camera watching, there's at least somebody's phone watching. I think they haven't really woken up to that reality. So they shock him every time. Like, he left that event and he went straight to channels TV to come and tell us lies. By the way, probably majority of Nigerians don't have access to see channel TV in real time. So maybe they're actually still right to an extent here, right? But as you can see, there's a growing number of people that will see this and they will see the real truth, even if they need to hear both sides of the story, and they will make up their mind and say, oh no, you're a liar, right? So as you can see, he's also a liar.
In the Senate, that I should shut up my mouth.
That's what aggravated you.
Yes. And I said, no, man. Withdraw that statement. He said, will you shut up your mouth? You're a hooligan. I said, you are the hooligan. For a mother like you, a grandmother of your age, a former minister of the Federal Republic, to tell a sitting senator to shut up his mouth and to add that I'm a hooligan, then you are the hooligan. In fact, I went further to describe her as in fact, let me not use that word again.
No, I mean,
but I respect her as a mother.
Yeah, but
she went off the.
But do you regret the scenario which played out?
How can I regret this?
Shout out to Seun. Let me clap for Seun Okinbaloye on Channels TV. That's a fantastic question. Fantastic. Do you, Sean, it's like, let's bypass this tit for tat nonsense. He did it first nonsense. If even I don't expect women to do that. I don't expect women to do tit for tat anymore, especially not if you're a prestige family. Don't come to me with like they made you do it. You're a responsible adult and you're responsible for your actions and your reactions. Much less a whole man. She did it first. Is that what you're trying to tell me? She did it first. She was like, no, never mind that. Do you regret your actions?
I gave it to her.
I gave it to her.
Is this fair for her to address me that way?
I mean, you could be.
She'll say, is that fair? Baba, a grown-ass adolescent, overgrown adolescent said, is it fair for her to do it, to show me that way?
Offended, but as a man.
No, I get it. Logic told you that he has the right to ask. Well, logic and common sense are terrible guide to life. I tell you that all the time. Okay? It's not that simple. There is a social construct here. You're freaking grown. I don't care if you're 41 and she's 61. Maybe you're 20 years behind her. By the way, you look like 71. Why did you behave? Why did you conduct yourself in that manner? Is what Seun is getting at. And Seun is like, I'm going to stay calm because you're not going to aggravate me. Okay? Let me ask you a straight up question. Are you proud? Is that fair? Because Seun was giving him, like, is that fair? Or he ate it up like Indomie. He like, it's fair. Is it fair that she acted that way? He missed the point.
And as a senator, I mean, if you are offended, would you go in the same?
As a former minister of the Federal Republic, a grandmother, ask her.
As a Federal Republic, let me not go the grandmother route yet. When somebody say, as a federal former minister of the Republic, number one, that's shaming tactic. Okay, that's shaming tactic. They're not addressing the issue. They're trying to use emotions. They're trying to make you the mumu. They're giving you the emotions so you can tag on to it, right? The issue is that's not the question. Is that fair what you did? Okay, she was saying, is that even fair to yourself? You're a freaking grown man. Is that fair that you did that to yourself? That video will never be erased from the internet in your life. for the rest of your life and your kids. You conducted yourself in that manner, and you were yelling at a woman in that matter. It's not equal. I keep telling you that. So it's not an equal playing field ever. You yell at a woman in that manner, you will get judged. It's the reality you find yourself. It's the reality you cooked for yourself. It's the reality of life. The society you cooked for yourself as a man because you made this, right? Is that fair? When we say fairness in that respect, it's not a tit for tat. So who is right? Let's be fair. Let's be honest with ourselves. No, you are lying. It is not honest. It's not an equal playing ground field. You find yourself in that situation where you could have elevated yourself. Let's say she told you, shut up. Right? And the whole world saw it. And you didn't respond to that in that manner. And you say, excuse me, ma'am, why did you say, did you tell me to shut up? No, seriously, did you tell me, did everybody see that? Did she tell me to shut up? Everybody can pick it up from there. But you know what we already know? We already know that Dr. OBY is probably not going to tell you to shut up first. If not that you were running your mouth. Am I being harsh on you? Yes. Welcome to the real world. That's the world you found yourself. The world you cooked for yourself as a man. Is that your fault? No, it's the way it's supposed to be. You're still responsible for how you respond to crisis. But guess what? You were the crisis. You were actually the crisis in the equation before it blew out of proportion. Let's continue going.
First, and I'm saying that it is human to hear, and without hearing
if she heard, it is a male
without assuming that to whatever allegations or whatever you said that Dr. OBY Ezekwesili said, because we've not heard from our side. But I'm saying that
we have not heard from her side. Okay, all right, that what you wanted, didn't it? We've not heard from her side. Yes, but what?
Even if she offended you. You have come of age too.
You're a freaking grown man. 2. It's not even 2. Remove the 2. You're a grown ass man.
I merely replied her.
I replied her. See, he's following her. You see that I don't like questioning a grown man's manhood. Let's just correct the issue. He's the one following her. It's no wonder. I replied her. So you just to follow her. You have no core. You have no masculine core of your own. You must respond to every crisis around you with crisis.
But you were emotional.
How can I be emotional? She was also emotional. Emotion jams emotion.
She said she was just emotional. Emotional jam emotion. These are your leaders. These are the people you voted to come and represent you at the federal level. Oh no, but let's not be emotional. It's all emotional. Don't let me call you names again. It is all emotional. Saying something is emotional is like telling us the obvious. You're not saying anything profound. You just like to hear yourself. That's it. It's all emotional. So if somebody reacted emotional, how do you conduct yourself? Do you engage with more emotions? Right? Is that what you do? Is that the solution? Either we're talking family level or federal level, it's the same issues. But again, look at the people who are voting into office.
But do you regret that kind of thing happening between both of you? This is happening on national television.
It's unfortunate that...
Who was pointing finger just now in somebody's face? That's something that, even if a woman do it, he said, put your hands down, don't point. How much more a grown man? You have your finger in people's face, in all of our faces like that, with camera, millions of people watching. And what we want to talk about, listen to the other side of the story. Are you kidding me? Are you okay?
A mother, a grandmother, a person of her standard.
So of course, a federal farmer, a grandmother is using pure emotionalism, but they are the first to say, oh, somebody is emotional. I don't care if somebody's using emotion or not. It's all emotional. It's my point. To get to how you respond. She was folding her arm. Why is she folding her arm like that? She's probably trained. She's like, this one, thank God there are people around me. There are at least 2 people between us. She's folding her arm. She's the one acting more like a man in the equation. It's sad to watch. It's a sad thing to watch.
Can be so moved by emotion to call a sitting senator a hooligan, and I should shut up my mouth. When I was asking for clarification from a presiding officer, I was not addressing her. I was talking to the Senate Chairman Committee on Ethics. So I have no business with her.
If she apologizes to you, would you also?
Of course I will. I'm a Christian. And
so again, it will follow again. If she apologizes first, of course I will. I'm a Christian.
This is a Lenten period. But you cannot insult
Not the Lent. He just brought Lent into it. Oh my God.
me. You cannot abuse me. And you ask me to keep quiet.
Why is this Senator Natasha Akpoti do? And that's the question.
They're talking about Natasha Akpoti. Remember, we're still on the Natasha Akpoti issue. Let me see some of those comments. All right, so this is another grown man. I'm not going to say his name. He says, society, the moment a man refuses to be ridiculed by a woman, then he's a bad man. Who is talking about bad here? But the moment a woman refuses to be ridiculed, she's applauded. Society strives so hard to shut men up, but I would like to see men use their voices more. So, Shebo, he wants men to use their voices more. These are part of the people emasculating men, by the way. Any man who is asking men to use their voices more in this kind of context, of course, men should use their voice, but it's not just about talking. You have to make sure that your words are actually heard, that it doesn't get lost in the source of this kind of what we just saw played out. It's part of your job as a man to make sure that you're not just talking, that you can actually be heard, not just heard, that you can actually be constructive, that you can actually build, that you can actually create a solution, create something for the rest of the world to benefit from. But it looks like everybody just wants to be heard. Oh my show, you are the victim. You just want to be heard. He says, speak up, men and women alike. So that men and women alike, he's lying. He actually meant men. It's a gender warrior. Let me just tell you, gender warriors will present themselves, they tell on themselves, but they might try to, they're not wise enough to realize we can tell, even when they say men and women. We can tell you're a gender warrior, by the way. Somebody said she was right. He needed to shut up. So if you don't watch the video before this interview, you will believe this dude. It's a lie. It's a liar. It's a clown. Shout out to this man. This is a man here, okay? I like it when I see men that can actually use their sense. What does that mean? Does that mean always agree with you? Yes. Okay, if that makes you feel better. Somebody says, shame on you. If not for the lawlessness of our country, Nigeria, they should have banned you from the Senate nonsense. Is it so? Now they are banning, they suspended Natasha Akpoti for misconduct. Would this not pass for misconduct? No, of course we know the issue is much bigger than that. Of course we know. A whole sitting senator, please continue sitting, sir. Babysitter. Voila. And where is decorum, Uncle Senator? A sitting senator, bogi there, basket mouth. Like, it's even obvious, even the way he was talking over Sean just now. If you think this man is a respectful man, you have something else coming for you. If he was a man, he would talk over you. Exactly. This is his behavior. He's just a disrespectful person. It's not about Dr. Obi or Natasha. This is just a disrespectful person. This is a person you should never have afforded or allowed near anything, an office anywhere. Not even a student union president. Ever. But some of you like cho men to lead you because somehow you think those are the people that can speak to power. You don't realize that that's not how power works. This Tinubu regime is just full of anyhowness. Or more, they're telling on themselves, oh, I'm liking it. Normally, this man should be harvesting yam in the village. Don't disrespect farmers like that. So I say, Mumu man, Odogu, sorry, Odiegu, with anger issues. In your Akpabio's bobo, we see you. See, nobody believes. There's nobody with sense that believes this guy. Of course, oh God. This is not looking good. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from some men here. Somebody said, for every action, reaction follow, but as man. Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Oladeji. He said, as man, and also a distinguished senator, you should be able to manage the situation. Thank you. Dr. Obi is not ordinary woman, but a well-respected one. That's a man talking. Shout out to my brothers. I appreciate you because I know you guys are out there. You're just not loud like these weirdos on this internet. Anyway, let me come to the chat before I continue. Oh, Lord. Oh, more. Oh, God. His narrative is wrong by Mr. Dayo. He said, "No ma, you did lie." He just said it all. We didn't even need to see the whole video before we knew this guy was lying through his teeth. We didn't need to see it, but thank God he's confirming it. Did we just watch the same video? This guy, they lie, oh. Black Diamond, good to see you, by the way. Did they play the video back to him? Housewives reunion style. This man disgusts me. Well, he's trying to say he's superior by position to Obi, hence Obi has no right to address him like that. He's a bigot. Emotions jam emotion. To get to, I know. He thinks Senator is petty. The woman is just gracious. Just fold her hands. Like, shut the fuck up. I would tell you too. If it was me, I was like, shut the fuck up. And then I would fold my hand. You know how you throw stone at somebody, you like hand your hand back. That's me. I would just hang my hands behind me like I didn't do anything. I'll let you show your ass in public. That's me. That's how petty I get with this. No, you thought I was patient. No, I am patient. But I understand this is a power game, and some people you can't do that straight line game with them. You have to like choke them like this, but don't let them see your hand. Okay, I take that back. Sorry. I take that back. Can't imagine how this man is with his wife at home. I don't know. But he's consistent, I'll tell you that much. He's the same one who said Natasha was shaming Natasha with single motherhood, that she has 6 children with 6. He's the one that they have lawsuit against in court, that she filed a lawsuit against in court for saying she comes naked to the Senate floor. That's the guy, the same guy. She comes naked to the Senate floor, and a person with a person who is a mother of 6 different fathers. That was him. Same guy. Isn't that consistent? It's a consistent behavior, right? That's the point I'm making. When they show you who they are, believe them. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anger is not an emotion to them. It's only crying. I'd like them to use their hands to develop their country. I'm a man, but your women and children are the number 2 poverty capital of the world. Walking embarrassments. We slip them out immediately. You should know them by the behavior. Trust me. Sitting senator, boogie there. Sitting senator, kill there. That's what that means. I should have picked that up, right? Boogie there. Mr. Dayo, you said Madam Natasha's suspension was separate. Is this not unruly behavior needing the suspension? This definitely needs suspension. Definitely. You cannot behave like that representing the whole Ebonyi state. And no. It should be this guy should be suspended for the next 6 years. If he's the one behind suspension of Natasha for 6 months, you know. This kind of man will be screaming Ashawo in a fight with women. Those are the kind of people... I really don't want to drag my guy VDM to it because I feel like VDM is evolving. Let's just call it the old VDM. I see him using allegedly more and more. So I want to give him a lot of grace. I want to give him a lot of grace for him to become some of the greatest men that Nigeria has offered. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be a good guy to VDM. But let's just say old version of VDM, right? That's the kind of people who like to put in office. People that use their mouth as their power. That's not power. It is not power. If anything, you're a nuisance. And you're giving up yourself. You're omniscious. It's only the time that, like, you know how they... I'm popping your ears. I'm sorry. You know how they kill mosquito with? That's how they kill cho man. Because you're obvious. We can tell when you're coming. You have no power, literally. If all you have is quote-unquote voice. You have no power. You have no intellect. You have no emotional intelligence. You can't listen. You cannot put a crisis back in place. You just want to be heard. Like a child. I'm sorry. That's not men. That's not manly behavior. Okay. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified. We have some other stories around the world. I'll be right back. It's your love that I've been missing. I saw your love, so touching and kissing. The love and the word, the coach in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough. All right, so let's catch some more updates. Mr. Dayo is a VDM guy. He said VDM is trying to be cautious, and I think he's getting smarter by the day. All right, let's hope so. I have my personal doubts, but let's hope so. Let's see. Judge recuses self from Natasha's cases after Akpabio's petition. So as you can see, there is more and more and more exposure going on. Even why would a judge, Marriott and D, I know D will probably watch this later. Can you tell me what are the reasons why a judge will recuse himself from this kind of case? Why? Tell me if I'm wrong. A couple of things comes to mind. Bribery. It's too dirty. I don't want my hands in it. They are sending threats over to my house, allegedly. What else? Conflict of interest of some type. I guess all of those will fall under that, right? Why is Justice Obiora Egwatu of the High Court in Abuja recused himself from the case filed by Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti Udwanga, which contest a suspension from the Senate? Why? What are the reasons? So we can all group them under conflict of interest, right? Can we be? What are the possible specifics? I'm wondering, right? But anyway, shout out to President Atiku Abubakar. He said a lot, but let's listen to this.
When Akpabio was a governor, he was corrupt.
He was corrupt. Not only he was corrupt, but he was also in the habit of women.
So who do you think is going to head the coalition, and are you going to run for president again?
We had a similar, merger in 2014, and about.
All right, Atiku is holding strong. He's still trying to run for president. I think it's a bad idea, but what do I know? It's too early for me to tell. What is this? 2025, 2027 is coming up. Oh, he's trying to hold strong, but I don't know. But did you hear what Baba just said right there? Let's go back here. Let me see. Listen.
Reports that when Akpabio was a governor, he was corrupt.
When Governor Akpabio was a governor, he was a governor during the Obasanjo era, I think. Obasanjo / Goodluck Jonathan era. He was a governor of, was it Akwa Ibom? I'm not sure. Uyo, somewhere in Uyo. Uyo is in Akwa Ibom, right? And was he corrupt? Atiku said what?
No, he was corrupt. Not only he was corrupt, but he was also.
Not only he was corrupt, but he was what?
So, in the habit of.
He was also in the habit of abusing.
Women.
So who do you...
Abusing women. Ouch. That is a former Vice President Atiku Abubakar saying that. That should carry a lot of weight. What should we pick? The wife or the Vice President during his time? Now that the bigger fish has said it, let them try to fry him. Let's see. Someone said this is not evidence. It's not presentable in court. Okay, well, we shall see. Somebody said allegedly. Now for poor man. Baba said no. Forget that allegedly nonsense. He said it with his full chest. See the way Tinubu is making it look like Atiku is a good man. I hope Akpabio's wife, Voltron Defender of the Universe, heard this. It's not looking good. Atiku said he has an habit of abusing women. That is a lot to come out of Vice President Atiku Abubakar. That is crazy. They know either or both parties socially. Atiku, right? So the conflict of interest, right? Atiku calling someone corrupt, but he added the abuser layer. You see, the Atiku being corrupt thing, it's also a laughing matter too. But let me just say, maybe this is all political. Don't take it to the bank. Maybe it's all political. Akpabio just discovered his wife has lips. Walla. Let's keep going. There's some other stuff here. Senator Natasha files disbarment petition against Imasuen. Who is Imasuen? You guys know who Imasuen is? I covered Imasuen here the other day. Imasuen, I don't know his name, but I think he's a senator. Senator Imasuen. Neda Imasuen is the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from Edo State. He was disbarred by the New York State Supreme Court in 2010. That's the first line now in his Wikipedia. I bet that was just updated last week. He was disbarred by the New York State Supreme Court in 2010 for professional misconduct. This is the guy that was presiding over the committee that declared Natasha Akpoti suspended for 6 months. He was elected in 2023 to represent Edo South Senatorial District in the National Assembly. He is a member of the Labour Party. Imagine somebody's legacy straight in the poto like that. Sọ pé Mado, sọ pé ó ti lọ, ó ti lọ. Sọ pé ó ti lọ, ó ti lọ. Somebody say, I hope these battles initiated by Princess of the Senate will not overwhelm her. She what done so. Chai, this woman has very terrible advisors, always taking the wrong steps. I can now see why her people wants to recall her back home. Do me a favor, if you take the side to this kind of comment, okay? I'm going to remove my emotions now. You're right, I've been emotional all along. You're right. After all, I've never been emotional before. It's just today. Okay, you're right. So let's look at this case squarely in the face, okay? This person, okay? This person with their full chest on the internet, so let me pronounce their name. Leye Shofoluke 1. Leye underscore Shofoluke 1 said, I hope these battles initiated by Princess of the Senate, as fondly called by its Senate President Akpabio, by the way, allegedly looking to enter Kwekus. I hope these battles will not overwhelm her. Please tell me how this battle, from a logical, purely logical, you know, you are never emotional. Okay, you are sometimes, but purely logical standpoint, how could these battles overwhelm her? Tell me, particularly with respect to her filing disbarment petition against Imasuen, who was already disbarred in New York, by the way. Tell us. When they asked him, he said these are just his enemies. I guess the New York Bar Association, whatever they call them in New York, I guess they're also enemy. Gentlemen, tell me, mostly you that fall on this side of this argument, sadly, I hate to generalize, but it's mostly what I see, you know. Another person, Solar Choice 1000, let's call that person a woman, an analyst woman, who is analyst, a woman. Shout out to analyst women. Chai, this woman has very terrible advisors. Please tell me how she has terrible advisors. If she say the guy is responsible, right? Is a Senate committee for, what do you call it? Misconduct, blah, 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 right? Senate committee for misconduct, behavior, morals, ethics, and whatever they call them, right? We're filing for disbarment of this guy in Nigeria because the guy left from here and went and opened a chamber in Nigeria, and they didn't do any research to where it's coming from. Shout out to my country, Nigeria. Anyway, tell me how this was a terrible advice that they gave to her. And tell me, are you saying that she has to show up in court by herself every time when they are addressing these issues? Maybe. I don't know. What do I know? I'm asking. I just want to know. Always taking the wrong steps. Please, how was this a wrong step? Okay, if anything, I don't think this woman cares about coming back to the Senate. I wouldn't advise her to go back into that Senate, because what's the point? When her voice is louder than ever before, she could probably make better impact using the voice that she just gained right now. She will have better impact, and she can still make money if money is what she's looking for. If she's looking for some kind of, I don't know, what could she be looking for? Validation? I think all of this is a lot of validation, to be honest with you. So I don't know why she will feel the need to go back to the Senate. I would want her to be pronounced back to her seat, but then resign. But I don't think it's safe for her to go back into those chambers anyway. So how is this exactly wrong steps? Wrong step towards what goal? What would be the end goal? Because we say steps with respect to what goal exactly. Anyway, the person can now see why her people wants to recall her back home. Okay, speaking of recalling her back home, we'll come back to this one. I'll come back to this one. Speaking of recalling her back home, this young lady that you're looking at on the screen, some Charity Ijese, is the woman desperately, according to Sumata's blog, hunting for Senator Natasha's seat. There's a video. There's a video somewhere. I'll find it. But this it wasn't true. It didn't take that long before they realized that she's associated with Yaya Bello, who is also an enemy. A friend of my enemy is my enemy. All right, let's go back to here. Right. Okay, so of course, Natasha, again, she's filing all this paperwork. She's filed a petition against Senator Akpabio, of course, but this is actually the affidavit supporting our evidence to back up our allegations of sexual harassment. Okay. Wala. Let me take a deep breath. There's a woman here. Why do I keep saying there's a woman, there's a man, there's a woman? Because people are people. People are mad in general. And it is what it is, you know. So that's why I tell you, that gender warrior thing, put it down. Who are you fighting for? Whoever you're fighting for, they don't have sense like that. Anyway. So it's a go, Natasha, go. A woman said, is this a woman? Yeah, it looks like a woman said, jokes on her. Is that an evidence? Somebody said, is that an evidence? Somebody is filing affidavit. What they call it? Affidavit to support evidence, something like that. Okay, supporting evidence, right? The person, is that an evidence? Okay, somebody is still patiently waiting on the internet for her to show a screenshot, VDM style of evidence on the internet. Oh. The internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. Hey. Anyway. All right. So, of course, I'm not going to read through that. That's legal jargons, right? So this woman, Charity, just says the woman desperately hunting in the 2023 Kogi Central senatorial election, only 106,000 votes were cast. Yet a recall petition against Senator Natasha Akpoti now claims to have 250,000 signatures, more than double the total voter turnout. This glaring contradiction raises serious concerns about fraud. Charity Jesse, working with the APC, is at the center of this scheme, falsifying records and fabricating signatures. They actually brought Ghana must go. Some people actually said that they look like armed robbers that are being arrested, or maybe some kind of drug dealers or something. I don't know. But somehow they allowed them to take this picture. Will go down in history. You never see anything yet. This picture will go down in history. Her desperate attempt to unseat Senator Natasha is a clear act of political sabotage. The people of Kogi must reject this fraudulent scheme. If you remember, a few days ago, there was a picture of some people on a line, and eventually they interviewed a few of them, and they said they had no idea what they came there to sign. They just told them to come out and bring their voters card and ID cards and stuff like that. Somebody said, women supporting women in the poro. Sorry. Anyway, so of course it didn't take that long before they pull out her picture with Yaya Bello, who was obviously an enemy. So this is Natasha showing up in Kogi, of course. A bunch of people hailing her in the middle of all the 250 signature, blah blah blah. This doesn't look like somebody that they hate, but again, we can't make anything out of this. Even Shore used to have people like this, and when it was time to vote, he got 30,000 votes. But it's okay, whatever. But I have no doubt that she has supporters, real supporters, and I have no doubt that she has people who also are against her and whatever she stands for right now. Speaking of what she stands for right now, let's do this. I'm gonna come right back. Okay, I'm gonna come right back. I know that she has supporters, but I want to do like a quick intermission with Mr. Jide Kosoko. Yeah, the actor, the legendary actor Jide Kosoko was an honest bunch. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay. It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.